The Rotator is great in time attack, but how is it in adventure? There are so many stars for me to get with Rotator, especially because I got its mastery 3 months ago, but I haven't played much. And I just unlocked 6 new maps. Also, there's some maps like Backwater Bog and Mines that I have to improve on. Let's start with Cuptown. I have to learn all the new maps that I unlocked, but Cuptown is one especially that I have to kind of figure out where stuff is, because it's so easy to die or fall into random ditches, and like it's not recoverable. So I feel like getting a good sense of the map is more important on Cuptown, like even more than some other ones. Alright, I've run into my first problem. If I had to rank people's favorite map and vehicle combinations, Rotator and Cuptown would be ranked really low. Something I've found that works though is like these roofs that I'm passing. When I do land on one, it's nice to nitro and wheelie boost if possible off of them because it gets me a bunch of distance. And I want to skip as much of the map as possible. Like this terrain, all of this terrain and going through the buildings is really easy to die. Like with the low ceilings and these gaps that you can fall into and these like death pits like I'm about to fall into right now. Let's move on to Canyon Arena. Surely this is going to be easier than Cuptown. I think literally anything would be easier than Cuptown. Wait. Before starting an arena, I had to figure out the right setup, but there was a problem. There were 2 main strategies: wings, landing boost, and coin boost, or wings, wheelie, and coin boost. Luckily, I have the 4th tuning slot, so I could just combine the 2 setups together. A bit of an interesting setup for this one, landing boost. I feel like it's not so common to have landing boost on Rotator. I keep instinctively pressing, I almost died, but I keep instinctively pressing the brake and gas before landing, because anytime I use landing boost, I'm so used to having kangaroo. I'm approaching 3,000 meters. This experience is much better than Cuptown so far. Oh, before anyone asks, it's the next day. Oh my god. The reason I have so many coins is because Fingersoft gave out like 1.3 mil for free. Huge W, by the way. I'm at 5k, not sure how much further I'm gonna make it because it took me so long to get back here. If I don't miss fuels, that would help me. While Rotator might be one of my favorite time attack vehicles, it is definitely not my favorite in adventure. It is really tough to play, in my opinion. Part of it might just be that this map isn't so Rotator friendly, but I think just generally, it doesn't do too well. Am I gonna die here? This looks so dieable. I got that fuel though, that was really important. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die there as well. I don't know if the ball is still chasing me and I have to keep going, but I don't see where it would have like fallen into a hole or anything. So I think continuing to go fast. Okay, surely I'm safe now, right? I feel like that section was so quick. I'm already at 6,000 meters now. And I don't know if skipping that fuel is a good idea. I was going super fast. Wait, 60 meters away? The wall is 100 meters, so it's probably worth just going back to get that. So at the time of recording this, Dune Buggy Mastery is the most upcoming one, and after that it's Rally Car. I was kind of thinking I would get both, and I didn't know where I would get the coins for both, but Fingersoft has clutched up. Alright, it might be over. I improved it, 6-3, not bad. 2,000 more stars from wherever I left off. Moving on to Overspill, just looking at my Rally Car record, I don't think I'm gonna get very far. This is the setup I'm going for. All of the adventure guides say that you should have brain at level 1, but I feel like I would do so much better with higher brain. But I'm gonna listen for now. I forgot how nice it is driving with Magnet. Of course, these fuels aren't hard to collect at all yet. It's just nice being able to drive less carefully. Bro, the run is going fine, almost 3,000 meters. I just had the most, like, ridiculous, weird flip ever. I'll show you it on the screen. Rotator really has a mind of its own sometimes. Oh, wait, okay, this is, like, not gonna go well, but I feel like this was kind of close to where I died with Rally Car. This is actually a lot smoother than I did with Rally Car. Oh, look, 80 meters away. Okay, so maybe if I just fly off of this, I'll be skipping it. Whatever, I'm just going under. I'm definitely not getting the next fuel. Okay, I'm 50 meters away. These coins are helping me to get further. Oh, I'm gonna get it. I think I'm gonna get it. Unless this boat sells me. Okay, and I'm fast enough to speed after it. Let's go. I think I'm getting distance bonuses now. No, wait, what? I thought that's my all-time record. I don't know, whatever. But like, wouldn't using brain be helpful here so I could just go on the roof and be fine? I've used it a little bit in the past, and I think like maybe the vehicle kind of acts up and does random stuff more often when you have high brain. So that might be the reason that you don't use it. The strong roll cage, the mastery on this is so helpful. Holy what? I'm really surprised. I think this map is not as bad as I thought it was. Although these boats are really annoying. Why? Hello? Why is the fuel up there? Okay, there we go. I'm starting to get distance bonuses again. There's some part, like this underground pipe area, that you gotta go really fast, but that might be later on in the level. I'm 5,000 right now, so might not be too close to that. I'm low fuel. These launch pads, like I didn't really know how they work. Yeah, it's over. Not my best work, but considering my old record with Rally, I feel like it's not so bad. It's again the next day. The Turkey Jockey Cups event came out, or the progression thing, whatever. Maybe they have something cool planned, but I don't understand why they wouldn't just show the progression of like how far or how close we are to getting the skin. Why wouldn't they publicly show it? I know it says there'll be updates. Whatever. Gloomvale, let's go. I liked playing this with Rally Car, and something that I noticed is that there are a lot of fuels in kind of weird positions. So in addition to having wheelie wings and coin boost, which seems like a pretty solid setup, I also throw on magnet. I was thinking of going fume boost, but I think magnet is gonna be better. This is the Thursday map, if that means anything to any of you guys watching. I don't know for sure, but I imagine the difficulty is kind of similar. Maybe there are parts that make small differences for certain vehicles and stuff, but I don't really know. I don't want to be too optimistic, but my best is with Rally Car at 7K. I think I ran out of fuel, but it was a passable area. These hills are not my best work, but I might. No, that fuel's up there. Alright, let's go again. So it turns out I'm dumb. Basically, I kept running out of fuel at these hills. After this one attempt, I fell into a log and was like, this segment seems a lot easier. And for some reason, I still kept going over the hills, but I finally managed to collect the next fuel after passing the hills. It's taken me a super long time to get back here. I wanted to try with high brain, as you can see there. I don't know if that's why it took me so many tries.
Spoiler, that's not why. Idiot.
And it's a lot harder to control, but I was talking about it on the other map, so I kind of just wanted to give it a try on this run. Just think about the pros and cons so far. Driving on the ceiling is nice, and if I want to flip over to get up hills, I feel like I can do that more easily. But the lack of control might outweigh both of those. I'm curious to check the leaderboard, especially for Gloomville. I haven't really done that with most of the maps. Also, I was hoping I would get that fuel. Oh, bro. There are only 39 10Ks with Rotator here. And to be top 1,000, you need just over 6,600. Okay, I've improved. I'm back to brain level 1, getting somewhat close to 5,000 meters. I just lost my roof. You can see it sliding around a bit, but that's, it's pretty bad. This yeah, it's done. At this point, I'd collected around 18,000 stars from playing 4 adventure maps. I'm gonna play another 5 or so, which should be more than enough to rank up. So let's move on to a map that I've had for a little while. Savannah is a map that I know much better compared to the others that I just unlocked. So for at least another few thousand meters, I kind of know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is a good setup though. I just kept what I had from Gloomvale. I think it's fine because later on some fuels are hard to get and magnet will be good. No! Okay, this is probably gonna be the end unless it is not. Let's go. Wait, I don't know if I've ever been down here. I meant to go up. Oh my... Wait, I need this fuel. Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, I don't know what to do here now. Like, I don't think I want to go up here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, well, this is like where my knowledge runs out. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, unfortunately, this is also where their run ran out. Once I went on the turtle once, it wouldn't reactivate, so I couldn't get over this hill with rocks. Since Patchwork is one of the maps I have almost no stars with, I decided to do it next, but I was confident that it wouldn't be so helpful in increasing my stars. The terrain isn't very rotator friendly, but other than hitting all the wheels that are like scattered throughout, I was fine and collected all the fuels without issues. Once I got to 2,100 meters, I wondered if I should have used Fume Boost in place of some other part. I feel like I've gone so far, but I'm only at 3,000 meters, not even, or I just hit it. I think this was a spot that I had problems with fuel, but I'm I'm about to be empty, but like, it looks like it's gonna be fine. Also, the robot like doesn't, no! As I say that, oh my, did you just see what happened? That was so weird. I was gonna say, when the hand hits my back wheel, like it seems like it's not a problem, but I was speaking too soon. 4K now, I'm almost low fuel, probably kind of nearing the end of the run. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting a fuel. I think I'm gonna die on this. Let's see how many stars I'm at. I went up like 10K. For Glacier, I'm gonna use Wings, Fume Boost, Wheelie, and Coin Boost, but I might end up using Magnet later. This is probably a mistake, but I'm going Brain 20 again. Glacier is one of the maps where my expectations were much higher than the others. Also, it seemed like level 20 Brain was kind of working so far, like it helped me in random places with small hills, kind of like this. I had my first close call at 2200. I flew just under this hanging bone and landed on an uphill and almost fell into the lava, but I managed to flip over and get back up the hill. It wasn't all really on purpose, but it worked out. Then at 3K, I didn't try to break the huge bone, but I was going fast and some random stuff happened, so it broke anyway, which ended up being fine. Then I passed my ATV record, which should definitely be a lot further. Anyway, in my head I was comparing this uneven terrain to parts in Gloomville that I was having trouble with. I think these hills are a lot easier though, so as long as I kept moving quickly, I'd get a bunch further. This can sort of be a bad spot for Rotator, but luckily I skipped over it. Now is where I have an actual problem. First of all, this spot should only have taken one try, and that caused me to be low fuel here. Then, in the past, I would go straight here, not up, so I'd never driven on this part before, which wasn't exactly a problem, but you'll see. It seemed like it would be fine, and there were so many coins up here, which made me think of the spot in Beach, but my fuel was running out again, and the terrain was not being helpful. The fuel wasn't that far away, so I knew that going faster on the other part would allow me to get there. After more deaths, I took off wheelie and put on magnet instead. Also, I was curious about the leaderboard, which only had 13 Rotator 10Ks. It was time to get serious though, so I lowered the brain back down to 1. I was back at this spot and ready to go straight through, but I messed up. But that's fine, right? I'll just go back and I'll do it again, and there's still time. Okay, I got it on my next attempt, but before that, I felt the need to show you guys my coins. Right, so I got into this part on first try, and then I collected that next fuel. I think this spot is my rally car record. And then I couldn't make it past these hills, but it wasn't so far off my personal best, so not such a bad run. Also, I was tied with a lot of people on the leaderboard. Here are my updated stars, and now the second to last map, Backwater Bog. This run will be good because I'm going to get a bunch of adventure tokens. The distance to beat here is 2,941 meters, which seems pretty easy. I went with this setup, which is pretty normal looking, and at this point, I'm pretty consistently using the brain at level 1. I tried to find footage of whenever I last played this, but I found nothing, so it'll remain a mystery. I got by the first bits of mud, and I think you generally won't get stuck here if you know that they're coming. As I got to the 3,000 meter mark, I passed my record. If I had to guess, I ran out of fuel or something. Then I was at the first real mud pits, and I had some trouble trying to collect the fuel, but also at the same time not roll down the hill. Sort of questionable, but I passed. This might seem unrelated, but the Moonlander and the Chopper are two vehicles that were very difficult for me on Bog, and I think it was because of all the obstacles, but the relevant part, Rotator did a really good job of breaking everything quickly. Around 4,100, I had to use fume boost for the first time, and I didn't manage to get over this mud pit, and if I did, that's where the next fuel would be. On my next attempt, the game completely froze and then went black. I've literally never had this issue before. Really weird. Surely that'll only happen one time.
Right?
This time I had plenty of fuel to get over the mud and collect the next one, but yeah. And then I turned into a caveman. You may have noticed, but I'm running out of space on my blueprint, so I'm gonna have to improvise. So mines, and sure you can tell, but this is actually a run where you're supposed to have the brain at 20, so I'm very excited about that. The recommended setup is Wheelie Wings Coin Boost. I just decided to put on Fume Boost. I should have watched some replays or something. Maybe I'll go magnet. Maybe if I don't beat my record, then I'll figure out what I should be using. A lot of the maps that I played in this video were new, or like I had a bunch of stars that I could get. This one I have to get pretty far in the map actually. Oh, I've never done something like this before, but look at that. I just flew by the ball completely. Holy. I'm trying to remember when I last played this, and I feel like I either didn't have mastery or I didn't play with high brain. We've made it outside. I'm 3,000 meters away from my record. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident about passing it. This might be interesting. Mine's is such a good map, by the way. Okay, this was actually insanely easy. Dude, there's no way I ever played this before. I would have remembered, I think. Oh, I did not think about that. I think this is where I was going way too fast. I'm going quite fast again. Oh, was that even suspension bug? I don't know, but whatever that was just saved me. Basically 1,000 meters off now. Oh, geez. This is the closest call that I've had. 500 meters away. So this is probably the last fuel from wherever I messed up. I'll try to go kind of quickly. I was going to say that I thought I died at like those, the 7-1 hill or whatever that is, but I was just going probably too fast, or I ran out of fuel. Now, I don't think this will be hard because I can just go on the roof if I need to. Oh, unless I die. And then this fuel is here. Oh no. Okay, I think I'm going to get it. As long as I'm not an idiot. Holy crap. I probably should have just gone upside down. I guess I could have risked dying then, like by hitting my head. So whatever, I passed. Now I'm trying to remember the rest of this map. I know there's another outside part, and I know at the end there's a weird lava thing. And there are a handful of lava pits like leading up to the weird lava thing. I guess just like in terms of Rotator, that 7-1 spot I figured would be kind of hard. So I don't know. Wait, I think I'm supposed to go fast past this part is another thing. Oh, this is not what I wanted, but it's okay. And there's a fuel 50 meters away. Wait, also, I'm remembering the leaderboard. I think to be top 1,000, you basically need to get a 10K, but not everyone has a 10K there. So there is some place that you can mess up, definitely. Outside again. Oh, being down here is not good. And this thing is not helpful either. Please let me out, bro. Okay, somehow I'm on this. How is this where I die? Wait, good wheelie? It's possible there's a fuel nearby. Oh, this would be top moments. Alright, I just died again. What I was talking about before with the leaderboard is like this. I guess 9972 is a hard spot because a lot of people died. It's not letting me scroll, but there are a lot of people who got 10Ks. Here are my updated stars. So in total, I got 35,000 stars. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It took me a while. Thanks for watching. Bye.